I want to speak about this Big U situation for just a brief moment. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone by now has heard that Big U has been indicted, along with a dozen or so more Rolling 60s Crip gang members. And the charges range from everything from racketeering, murder, you name it. Now, this message is more so geared towards my young brothers and sisters, but if you can get something out the message and it resonates with you, go right on ahead and knock yourself out. But this message is more so geared towards my young brothers and sisters. This is more evidence and proof of why young brothers and sisters need to steer clear of them streets because ain't nothing in them streets, and ain't no honor and no loyalty amongst thieves. People nowadays are willing to sell out their own mother if it involved them saving their own selves, because when I was growing up to a certain degree, people that was in them streets and on them corners had a certain amount of morals, code, and ethics about themselves. Things they were willing to do and things they weren't willing to do. Nowadays, the lines have become blurred. Everyone's out for self. What can I get? They got an I mentality. They don't play as a team. They don't see we. So, in all actuality, they'll sell you up Shit's Creek without a paddle if it regards saving themselves. Now, you did introduce this internet thing to the equation. That becomes a whole new beast, because nowadays you got guys claiming to be thugs, standing on business about that life who rush to this internet thing to air out other people's dirty laundry, tell on one another and tell on themselves, and they say the most ridiculous, over the top, and outlandish things for clicks, likes, and views. The whole name of the game has become what can I say that's over the top to get some click, likes, and views, shock value. Proof of this is Charleston White. Charleston White, it's crazy that he even got a platform. He said the most ridiculous and outlandish things, and he's a fool. And he gets on here, and the algorithm will signal boost, when he's out here spewing, his foolishness. But you got brothers and sisters like me who are out here, pushing um, FBA empowerment, getting on code amongst our people, coming with a black empowerment message, and the algorithm works to suppress that, and that ain't no coincidence neither. That's done by design. The police nowadays, they don't even gotta do the detective work and all the police work and get out there and really let those boots hit the ground anymore. If they want to solve a case, all they gotta do is come to this internet thing, and they got fools on here telling on everyone under the sun, even themselves. Look at Keefe D. Keefe D would have got to ride off into the sunset for his alleged involvement in our brother Tupac's murder, but instead he was on here chasing the clicks, likes, and views, and told on his own self. Now you got Keefe D, this man 60 some years old, limping into the courtroom. You know what I mean? So it's just become a whole new added element of wickedness with this internet thing. This internet thing could be a good thing also. So I want to put that out there. It's like a double-edged sword because you could come on here, do business, network with brothers and sisters, and do positive things. But if you're looking for the foolishness, the internet definitely going to give it to you because the internet, in all actuality, the algorithm props up the foolishness and the buffoonery. You know what I mean? But if you come up with a black empowerment message, it works to suppress that because it don't like that, but it'll like when you get out here and say the most ridiculous and over the top things for click, likes, and views. Now I really wasn't going to touch this Big U thing, but it was something that stuck out to me. I don't know any of the individuals involved, and I don't know Big U except for seeing him here and there, in videos and things like that. But it was something that stuck out to me that Big U said. Big U said that, when you're trying to help the community, and you black, the FBI, you know what it does to black people who try to help out their community. And we know good and well what the FBI does to black people who try to help their community. See, my black mind start, thinking when he said that, my black mind, the minds got to working, and I said, damn, that's true. The FBI works to get rid of every black person who out here pushing for, their community, for black people taking account Martin Luther King or brother Malcolm X. You see what they did to them. Need I say more? Now I don't know, too much about Big U, but from what I hear, he was out there helping the community to a certain degree and things like that. And I just don't see, I just don't like seeing no brothers or sisters, go out like this. And unfortunately, the times we live in, it's a lot of brothers and sisters, getting caught up in the nonsense. So this is why I wanted to put out this message, to the young folks, young brothers and sisters, to steer clear of them streets because young brothers and sisters, you can do anything you want to do if you put your mind and your time into it. and let nothing hold you back. You might not want to work a general labor job, a 9 to 5, punching that time clock. Hell, I don't even want to do that. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do until you can get to where you want to do. And I know the street life might be alluring and appealing to you. You know that fast money, but it always comes with a price. And most of the times, that price is too much to pay. It either results in death or the penitentiary. It ends one or two ways. So it's much better to get your head in them books, into the study, and you could become a doctor, lawyer, a rocket scientist, you name it, or you could become a black business owner. I love seeing black people owning their own businesses, controlling their own narrative, and I go out my personal way to support black owned businesses. It's just a multitude of things you could do, and I just rather see you doing, something positive with yourself instead of going out this way because, you know, um, death or the jailhouse is the only two options when you're playing in them streets. You got to keep that in your mind. And if you don't keep that in your mind, if you choose to play in them streets, you're going to wake up to a sad awakening when them things become reality. So I got the audio and the video of some of what Big U was saying. But the thing that really made me attack this video was when Big U said, what the FBI does to black folks who try to help out their community, and we've seen evidence of that when them getting rid of our brothers, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. So let's talk about this, family. Fair use.
So is that how they gonna work the case? Everybody know I don't fuck with Cannon. Everybody know I don't fuck with Brick Baby. So if you want to arrest certain dudes, and put them next to me, them is the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turning against me. Well, ain't no turn against me. I ain't going for that. You might as well go get 600 and whack. These dudes been saying I did shit all year. So what they doing is they go on the internet and these dudes say that I did shit on the internet. Then when you say I did on the internet, they go investigate it. Now you raiding my houses.
Do you hear what Big U said? They go investigate. The police is investigating off the internet now. See, they get these fools to come on the internet, push things for the shock value, to click likes and views, to tell on one another and tell on themselves. The police ain't got to do no policing work no more. All they got to do is sit on the internet, and they can get fools on here to tell on other people and tell on themselves. It's become a different type of evil, this internet thing. But let's continue.
Raiding my shops, raiding all this stuff. And talking about I'm committing crimes and covering up with developing option. What crimes am I committing?
The name of the game to some of these fools has become click likes and views. That's the new drug to some of these individuals. But let's continue.
To cover up with developing option. You know what I'm saying? I ain't committed no crimes and covered nothing up with developing option. This shit crazy. But this how they get you. They get one or two people to say something. Ain't gonna be no real evidence. Ain't gonna be no real nothing. It's gonna be a repeated thug. It's gonna be a bunch of people in.
Yeah, that's enough of that, family. I just wanted to, bring this, Big U situation to the family, and I thought I could put, my black mind on the situation and sprinkle some medicine in there, for our young people and people who might need to hear this message. You know what I mean? Because I hate to see brothers and sisters go out this way, locked up, and this is more evidence to why our young brothers and sisters need to steer clear of them streets because the street life always, sadly and unfortunately, ends one or two ways, and that's death or the penitentiary. So it's just better to steer clear of the streets altogether, and go about things the right route because the streets can be alluring, but everything that glitters ain't gold. And I was always told if it comes too fast to you, 9 times out of 10, it's going to come at a price. Peace.